I live in an existence. Without existence, I have no presence. I cannot stay in isolation. So if I exist, it's due to existence. It's not an option for me to understand existence, it's my necessity. It's not an option for me to understand the existence, it's my necessity, because the relationship of me with the rest or with the existence depends upon my understanding of existence. So anytime you talk about the basis of relationship, any relationship, so basis of any relationship is the understanding. One of the person went to a Swami and asked question, what about love then? What about love? Because it seems like the basis of relationship is love. Swamiji says no, basis of relationship is not love, basis of relationship is understanding. So he said that understanding is that root. Understanding is that root out of which a sprout comes, and the sprout is self-respect, self-appreciation. Understanding is that root out of which comes a sprout of self-respect, self-appreciation. Only and only if I have self-respect, I can respect others. Only and only if I have self-appreciation, then only I can appreciate the people around me. So if I find it hard to respect someone around me, if I find it hard to appreciate somebody around me, it's actually lack of self-respect and lack of self-appreciation. At the end of every class, I say, please enjoy yourself, appreciate yourself, and take very good care of yourself, because then only you can take care of the rest, otherwise not. So this is the root, comes a sprout that self-respect, self-appreciation leads to the respect of others and appreciations of others. Here comes a flower on top of this, and we know it as love. So love is the flower which blossoms on top, but the supply to this flower comes from the root. And because of that, Swamiji says it's not the love, it's actually the understanding. Because of that, then there are so many people, they say, you know, I'm in love with you. And then what happens after a few years? I'm not anymore. How come it's possible that I love someone and after some time I start hating that person? It's lack of understanding. So my master, one of my master, he says, please, Roshan, please, do not ever fall in love. Do not ever fall in love. Falling in love means what? You just want to have the flower without having the supply. And if you keep the flower without having the roots, what's going to happen to that flower? It dies after a few days, after a few months, after a few years. Same thing happened with me. I had love marriage. She went against her parents to marry me. In India, it's so hard actually, because the parents would not agree. They used to think that I'm not a good guy for their daughter. So they were against this marriage. And at the same time, there were some caste things happening. She went against her parents to marry me. That was a big decision. And I was ready to take care of anything for her in those moments. But after 1 year of my marriage, it seems like the love disappeared. We were at the verge of having divorce. We struggled heavily. Thanks to those moments, those were the moments I started teaching philosophy. That was 2007. Thanks to yoga. And thanks to her and her patience with me actually. It's not that it's all me working with her. Now we have entered into the 11th year of our marriage. She just called me before class and says, I want to say something to you. Says, what? Says, I love you. I says, I need it. I'm struggling nowadays to go to the class. It's very hard for me to speak right now. And who gives me strength? That's true. So without having the supply, I don't see the love is going to blossom. Because love stands forever. Love is not something which happens and then goes out. Once it happens, it happens. Again, if I ask the same question about yoga, I think the very first day you all came here with your experience and he says, I'm practicing yoga for the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, but this gesture is quite common nowadays, on and off. I'm practicing it for the last many years, but it seems like on and off. So what is on and off?
It's off.
Sometimes supply comes, sometimes not. Sometimes the understanding comes, sometimes not, it seems. Or maybe the understanding is completely missing. And because of that, there are on and off. So on and off is basically off. And once it's on, it stays on, because yoga and love, they are synonym to each other actually. They're not two different things. They are not two different things. These are the synonyms to each other. And again, yoga and love, not only these two, but existence is synonym to this. So existence means love. Love means yoga. Yoga means self-respect. Self-respect means understanding. So am I talking about many things here? No, I'm just talking about one thing, because I have not many things to talk. I just talk about the self. That's the only thing I have to talk about. What is self? I would say a perpetual machine, which is perfectly effortless and effortlessly perfect. So am I just talking about the self, or am I talking about God? But it brings confusion. How come it's possible that I'm God? Yes, we all have this question. We are not feeling the Godness in us because there are 6 defects, desires, anger, all those things, distractions of mind, procrastination, doubt. Doubt? Am I God? Again, am I love? Now think of those moments when somebody says, I love you. You always used to call that person and ask again, please tell this again to me. Please say it again. Especially in the early days, a couple, they want the repetition of this, that someone loves them. But it's very hard for them to believe. They have a doubt, because it seems like so long, I haven't loved myself yet. How come it's possible that this person loves me? And because of that, they want the repetition. Say it again. Do you really love me? But how much you love me actually? But at the back of the mind, I have a doubt that I haven't loved myself yet. How come it's possible that this person comes and loves me? Maybe this person is having some degree of misunderstanding. So I want the repetition. I want the repetition. I need to understand love. I need to understand understanding. I need to understand self-respect. I need to understand self. I need to understand everything, because without having the understanding, the only thing is waiting for me is struggle. So there are some people, they say life is ever happening festivity, and then there are some other people, they say it's ever happening struggle. But it depends upon what you choose out of these 2 statements. If you want to have your life as ever happening festivity, it's a possibility. If you want to have your life as an ever happening struggle, it's also a possibility. What you choose, it depends upon you. And to make it ever happening festivity, the thing is, the manual, the mechanics of this life, we're supposed to understand it. We're supposed to understand it.